The room was expensive in a way that didn't try to impress anyone anymore. Crystal glasses, polished silverware, and a long table designed to make people feel smaller the farther they sat from the center. At the center sat him. He wasn't loud. He didn't need to be. Power like his learned a long time ago that volume was inefficient. People leaned in when he spoke, not because he was interesting, but because disagreeing came with consequences. She sat 3 seats away from him, close enough to be seen, far enough to be dismissed. Quiet posture, hands folded, eyes attentive, the kind of presence people mistake for permission. The dinner was meant to celebrate a deal, a victory. Another story he could tell later about how he won. Everyone at the table knew their role. Laugh at the right moments, nod when he spoke. Stay neutral when he crossed lines. She spoke once, not emotionally, not defensively, just a simple disagreement. A factual correction delivered calmly, the table went still. Not silent, but alert. Power hates surprises. He smiled that polite. Practiced smile that looks generous but isn't. He leaned back in his chair, looked around the table before looking at her, making sure everyone was watching, then he corrected her. Slowly, publicly, with extra detail that wasn't necessary, not to clarify, but to establish hierarchy. A few people laughed, the kind of laughter that apologizes for itself. Someone cleared their throat. Someone else took a sip of wine. No one stepped in. She didn't respond, not because she had nothing to say, but because she understood something they didn't. The room wasn't asking for truth. It was asking for submission. She waited, just long enough for his words to settle, just long enough for the laughter to fade. Then she pushed her chair back. The sound was sharper than anything said that night. Wood against marble, clean. Final, she stood up. Didn't rush, didn't hesitate, didn't look at him again. People expected something next, an explanation, an apology, a scene. None came. She walked away past the table, past the stairs, past the version of herself that was supposed to sit quietly and accept it. At first, he didn't react. Power assumes permanence. Power assumes return. Someone joked, trying to repair the moment. Another person reached for their glass, but the energy shifted. An empty chair is louder than an argument. He glanced at the seat, then away, then back again, as if it might fill itself. The conversation was started, but weaker, disconnected. Each topic collapsing halfway through. People stopped making eye contact with him, not deliberately, instinctively. He picked up his fork, took a bite, and chewed slowly. Something felt wrong, not the food. The room. He spoke again, a comment that would normally pull attention back. It didn't. Someone check their phone. Someone nodded without listening. Someone excused themselves. Early power requires participation, and participation was draining out of the room. He realized too late what had happened. She didn't leave to escape him. She left to expose him, because the moment she walked away, everyone saw the exchange clearly, not confidence versus weakness, but insecurity trying to perform. The man who needed an audience. The woman who didn't. The rest of the dinner ended politely, but hollow, the kind of ending people forget on purpose. Later that night, he would replay it. Not her words. Her silence. Silence doesn't argue. It accuses. Walking away doesn't lose power. It reveals who is borrowing it. If you've ever left without explaining yourself, you already understand what happened in that room, like the video, if the story felt familiar. Comment if you've seen power collapse without a fight. Subscribe to Lonja Tales for stories that expose what people hide in plain sight.